That's not in our playbook.
Yeah, it is. This is where you set a block for me, and I run to the phone to call 1-877-BIG-12-FUN to enter the Southwestern Bell Homecoming Giveaway. I'll have a chance to win $100,000 towards my dream home, or hundreds of other prizes. Plus, I'll hear about some winning phone services from Southwestern Bell.
So why do you get to make the call?
Because I'm the quarterback. Ready, and break.
Look, he's calling 1-877-BIG-12-FUN for a chance to win $100,000 in the homecoming giveaway from Southwestern Bell. No purchase necessary. Must be 18 years or older to enter. Call 1-877-BIG-12-FUN or look for details at participating Phillips 66. Hey, Bear fans, make sure to watch the Fox Game of the Week. Check your local listings for the Big 12 game time in your area. Then hit Big12sports.com to vote for your favorite Big 12 player of the week. Southwestern Bell, a member of the SBC Global Network.
We're going to pitch it to you. Baylor used a timeout. 1st and 10 coming up for North Texas from the Baylor 11. Lori Scott, you were very close to that Baylor huddle.
Yeah, I was exactly where I was supposed to be, but I could definitely hear what Coach Steele had to tell his defense. He's been talking all week about wanting 22 fighters. He called 11 of them over to the sidelines and challenged them. I could see the pulse in his neck. Coach Steele was telling them, I want to see you fight. So that team is headed back out now, and I think they are definitely ready to do so as North Texas has moved down to the 10-yard line here with 6:33 left in the game.
All right, Lori, thanks very much. Timeout is over. Baylor defense is back out there. North Texas breaks its huddle. They have driven to the Baylor 11-yard line. It's 1st and 10, North Texas. Baylor up 23-3. Offset eye behind the quarterback, Richard Bridges. McGrew comes in motion to the near side. Baxter running step for step with him. Pitch to Wilburn in the backfield, running the other way. He is pushed forward to the 6-yard line. 5-yard pickup on 1st down by Jaquay Wilburn.
You know what? He would have been dropped around the 8, but Edric Brooks, I believe, comes in to make a hit at the end, and his momentum pushes Wilburn forward an extra 2 yards. Otherwise, it would have been marked at the 8, but he was being aggressive, and that's all you can ask out of this team. Play aggressively right now.
So 2nd down 5 for North Texas at the 6-yard line. They can get a 1st down inside the 1. Lone setback is Wilburn. 2 receivers to the near side. Bridges hands the ball to Wilburn. He's stacked up, no gain. How about Andre Taylor, Curtis Henderson? No, not Taylor. It's Edric Brooks and Curtis Henderson, and also Chris Mishaw on the tackle.
Out at Lubbock, 6 minutes left, 3rd quarter, and Texas A&M scoring another field goal. The score with 6 minutes left, 3rd quarter. It's now Texas Tech 21, Texas A&M 16.
Baylor's next opponent, Texas A&M, next Saturday at Kyle Field in College Station. 1 o'clock for the kickoff. 12:30 airtime next Saturday for the Bears and the Aggies. But now the focus is on North Texas. 3rd down 5 from the 6. Option far side. Bridges keeps. Oh, he's met at the 4-yard line. Curtis Henderson right there to meet him. He will pick up 3 yards, but it's 4th down coming up for North Texas.
And the Mean Green have to go for it on 4th and a long 2. Let's see if they bring in an extra blocker or 2. I wonder if they'll try the option again. The option's been effective from time to time tonight, or if they might just try and pitch it to their fine tailback in Wilburn. Let's see if they come out in a power formation. Right now, they're lining up with 2 tight ends in tight.
Get a man on the field late, and North Texas gets to the line of scrimmage. 3 seconds on the play clock. They'll have to use a timeout. 4th down, long 2 coming up for North Texas from the Baylor 3-yard line. They've called a timeout. We'll take it as well. 4.5 minutes to play. Baylor 23, North Texas 3. You're listening to Baylor Bear Football.
Sunday is a Sunday without the Sunday Dallas Morning News. Sunday is a Sunday without the Sunday Dallas Morning News.
We're neck deep in football season, and you need a definitive gridiron source. We're your source. Each week we'll tell you who's passing, who's failing, and who's just limping along. Sunday isn't Sunday without the Sunday Dallas Morning News. Go long. Pick up your copy this weekend.
Does your business need a solution for scalable website design, e-commerce, or secure information distribution? Team up with SharpSite Interactive. Mention the Baylor Bears and receive a free 2-hour consultation. SharpSite Interactive, a division of eSphere Technologies and the designer of the new BaylorSportsNet.com website. Contact SharpSite today at 1-800-295-2004 or log on www.sharpsite.com.
Catch the Dallas Cowboys postgame show tomorrow after the game against the Cardinals right here on 570 Cliff.
Tonight's Baylor broadcast is brought to you in part by the Hayden-Kammer School of Business, delivering excellence in business and executive programs, and also by Southwestern Bell, friendly neighborhood global.
David out at the timeout. North Texas hurries to the line of scrimmage as the Baylor defense, which was huddling on the near sideline.
University, their third charge timeout.
As Baylor's defense was huddling on the near side, all of a sudden North Texas sprinted to the line of scrimmage. They were going to try to catch Baylor off guards, I think. And Baylor's defense was shifting around out there. They had to call a timeout. So Baylor has called a timeout. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Baylor Radio Network.
KLIF Dallas Fort Worth, KKLF Denison Sherman, 570 Cliff.
Back-to-back timeouts here. When the play is finally run, it will be 4th down and 2 for North Texas from the Baylor 3-yard line. I'd like you to stay with us after the game for the Baylor Alumni Association postgame show, which will include a visit with Bears head coach Kevin Steele.
4:23 left in the game. Baylor leading North Texas 23-3. This is do or die time for the Mean Green. To have any chance of coming back, they've got to pick up the first down or score a touchdown. And you can hear the fans on the Baylor side here getting up on their feet, supporting the Baylor defense on 4th down.
Reset the clock, the referee Jeff Hansen says, to 4:30. They'll change it from 4:23 to 4:30. Now the big 4th down play is about to take place. Baylor fans are on their feet here at Floyd Casey Stadium. Now to the line of scrimmage comes North Texas. Bridges the quarterback. Power I backfield. McGrew breaks out of that to the near side. Bridges, option to the right side, passes, touchdown. Pass complete to Starsky Banks. Touchdown, North Texas on 4th and 2 from the 3-yard line.
Nice call there by the Mean Green as they flooded that side with 2 players. One, a receiver going deep, and then the back coming out. And so you had one Baylor defender trying to make the choice, should I cover deep or around the goal line?
So North Texas, its first touchdown of the night. They've got 9 points on the board. They'll go for number 10 on the extra point. Attempt by kicker Jason Ball. 4:27 showing on the clock. Again, Scott Rollins is the deep snapper, and John Baker is the holder. Snap back is down. The kick is good. Gary Baxter came close to getting a hand on that one, but the extra point kick is good. We'll keep it right here. 4:27 to play. Our new score, Baylor 23, North Texas 10.
John, elsewhere in college football, again out in Lubbock, 3rd quarter, midway through the 3rd quarter, Texas Tech leading 5th-ranked Texas A&M 21-16. As far as at halftime, Auburn trails 7th-ranked Tennessee 10-0. Earlier today, Texas loses to Kansas State 35-17. It was Oklahoma State losing to Nebraska. The Cornhuskers on top 38-14. Oklahoma loses at Notre Dame 34-30. It was Kentucky over Arkansas 31-20. Top-ranked Florida State defeating Duke 51-23. Michigan State all over Iowa 49-3. Michigan gets past Purdue 38-12. Syracuse 47, Tulane 17. Army losing to East Carolina 33-14. I guess the shocker in college football, Florida, 3rd ranked in the nation, losing to Alabama in overtime 40-39. It was Georgia 23, LSU 22. SMU losing on the road at Kansas 27-9. Another shocker, 12th ranked Ohio State beat up on by Wisconsin 42-17. Virginia Tech 31, Virginia 7. And one other final to tell you about. Rice a winner over Tulsa today, earlier this afternoon, 20-10.
Well, we'll have the kickoff coming up with 4:27 to play. I see Doug Furch, Baylor assistant coach, on the near sidelines, and a word of encouragement and to let you know that our thoughts are with Coach Furch's father-in-law, Eddie Joseph, maybe listening to us tonight in Austin. And Eddie, we're thinking about you in a special way.
And the hands team out there on the kickoff return team for Baylor, meaning running backs, defensive backs, some receivers out there, as you would think that North Texas would attempt the onside kick here, and they're lining up for it.
And here's the onside kick. It is touched first by a North Texas player, but it didn't travel the required 10 yards. It was touched about the 47-yard line, didn't travel far enough. Flag is dropped. That should be Baylor's ball in very good field position. I think that's going to be the call, that North Texas touched it a little bit early. Now the officials are still huddling. Remind you again, next week, Baylor and Texas A&M from Kyle Field in College Station. 12:30 airtime, 1 o'clock kickoff.
There's no flag on the play. We have illegal touching, North Texas. The ball will be placed first down.
So the Bears will get it in very good field position at the North Texas 47-yard line, 47 and a half.
And the Mean Green had to roll the dice. They had to do that with only 4:24 left in the game, and Baylor leading North Texas by 13 at 23-10.
So the Bears take over. They've got the ball offensively in a 13-point lead. Jermaine Alfred gives the ball to Darrell Bush, working on a 100-yard night already. Goes forward off the left side for 2 yards. Check his numbers: 24 carries, 146 yards on the night for Darrell Bush. Bears still playing without Elijah Burkins. Looks like Burkins may be finished for the year. He's got that severely sprained ankle, and Baylor could possibly petition for a medical redshirt year for Elijah Burkins. Second down, 8 coming up for the Bears. Ball just outside the North Texas 40. 3:45 and counting in this ball game. Bush again to the 40, to the 35, and down at the 31-yard line. First down, Darrell Bush, 9 yards on the carry.
Now the clock stops as they move the chains on the first down, but if you notice, Darrell Bush did not cut it to the outside completely. He kind of cut it back once he got close to the sideline, knowing that they'll roll the clock, and it has started up here. And again, Baylor will milk that play clock as much as it can here. They want to keep that clock going. It's the ally of the Bears right now, as we're at 3:20 and counting left in the game. Baylor up by 13 at the North Texas 32.
First and 10 Bears, ball in the near hash mark. Bush the lone setback. He'll take the handoff right up the middle. Big hole inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Boy, big hole opened up in that offensive front, leads to a 7-yard gain by Darrell Bush. His career best rushing day was 162 yards against Missouri his freshman year. And with that 7-yard carry, Darrell Bush now 26 carries for 162 yards. 2:42 and counting. North Texas has one timeout should they need it. Bears leading it by 13, 23-10. Bush again the lone setback. Jermaine Alfred gives it to Bush. Cuts upfield, goes forward for 2 yards. With that carry, now 164 yards on the night. That's a new career high rushing for Darrell Bush.
And if you notice, Darrell Bush being very careful with that football, wrapping it up with both hands. As you know, North Texas out there trying to strip the ball with 2:10 left in the ball game.
Brandon Thompson, tight end, brings the play in. 2:03, 2:02, 2:01, 2 minutes to play in this game. Bears 2 minutes away from their first victory of the season. Now 2 backs in the backfield. Melvin Barnett gets the carry. Barnett forward to the 21-yard line. 2 yards on that carry. 2 Baylor touchdowns tonight by 2 fullbacks, Melvin Barnett and Derek Lagway. For Barnett, his first touchdown in a Baylor uniform.
If you want to sum up this game, as I believe they're going to bring the chains in, John, to measure for the first down. Some missed opportunities by Baylor in the first half where they had to settle for the 3 field goals where they could have had a couple of touchdowns. And then they had some golden opportunities with field position early on in the second half. But since that point in time, they've really been able to wear down North Texas and get the ground game going and just really take advantage, I think, of superior talent when you look at the line play. And that was going to be a key, how the lines matched up on both sides of the ball. And the Baylor defensive line has done a real good job tonight, and the Baylor offensive line, you also have to tip your cap in their direction this evening.
They measure, David, and it's just short. 4th and inches for the Bears. And with 1:35 to go, they're in the huddle. It looks like they'll run a play here, trying to get it on 4th and inches. Melvin Barnett, Darrell Bush in the backfield. 1:22 and counting. 3-2 on the play clock. Jermaine Alfred, the keeper, and looks like he got it. They'll move the chains, and that should do it. 1:17 showing on the clock. Now they'll wind the clock and count it down. Bears have a new set of downs with which to work. 23-10. Baylor leading over North Texas. Bears look to be on their way to their first victory of the season. Let's see if Jermaine Alfred will take a knee here. They line up in their victory offense, and Jermaine Alfred takes a knee, and the crowd loves it. You've got to know the history to appreciate that. Jermaine Alfred takes a knee, and the Baylor offense that's out there is trading high fives and pats on the back. The victory formation is where the quarterback is surrounded by two tailbacks. Get a man very deep back behind him, playing actually a safety position on offense. 30 seconds and counting for the Bears. 30 seconds and counting. Should do it one more time, and that'll be the ball game. Baylor at the line of scrimmage again in their victory. And there's the taking of the knee by Jermaine Alfred. He'll give the ball to the referee, and Baylor is celebrating on the field. 11 seconds to go in this one. Baylor is celebrating on the field. 3, 2, 1. Triple zeros. Baylor has won for the first time this season and won for the first time for head coach Kevin Steele. Final score tonight from Floyd Casey Stadium. Baylor 23, North Texas 10. Baylor assistant coaches in the booth next to us, exchanging congratulatory handshakes. The Baylor team now on the field, shaking hands with the University of North Texas. They'll go in front of the Baylor students and the Golden Wave Band as that good old Baylor line is played. Final score tonight, Baylor a winner for the first time this season. Baylor 23, North Texas 10. You're listening to Baylor Bear Football.
This is Mark Goody, Good Taylor Auto Group of Dallas, and our discounts have never been greater. It's 4th and inches, and we're going for it. The sales goal is in our sights, and there's no stopping us now. It's a great time for you to save big. Hondas, Pontiacs, GMC trucks, or Jeeps. Hey, I'm a Baylor Bear. Buy your car or truck from me. Good Taylor in Dallas, just 2 minutes south of Reunion Arena, I-35 at the Ewing exit, just across from the Dallas Zoo. Baylor Bears are always welcome.
At Good Taylor Honda, you got it good.
Together we make good things happen.
According to the Barbecue Bible, Sonny Bryan's is one of the top 25 barbecue restaurants in the world. To taste the legend in Texas barbecue, go to Sonny Bryan's Smokehouse in Dallas. Since 1910, Sonny Bryan's has enjoyed the fine tradition of providing its customers with the best in barbecue. Come in for their legendary tender brisket, mouth-watering ribs, smoked turkey, sausage, and more. Sonny Bryan's now has 12 convenient locations in the Dallas-Fort Worth area to serve you. Let their custom catering company plan your next event. Taste why the legend is the legend. Taste Sonny Bryan's Smokehouse.
Say that when it comes to success, it's not what you know, but who you know. If you're searching for the right career move, you should talk with the Reader Financial Group. With a position in financial services, you'll get unsurpassed training, call your own shots, and develop your own clientele with no cap on your earning potential. You'll work with successful people just like you. You'll represent a top-rated organization, highly regarded for its ability to help people protect the financial future of their families and businesses. If you're ambitious and hardworking, a self-starter with the spirit of an entrepreneur, take a meeting with NML, the Quiet Company.
I'm Jeff Reeder with the Reader Financial Group. We are again pleased to support Baylor Athletics because, like Baylor, we strive to develop a championship team. In fact, our mission is to wholly develop a team of champions dedicated to excellence in serving others. Our associates are highly motivated people of excellence.
Call Jeff Reeder at 817-336-3131.
You're listening to Baylor Football on 570 Cliff.
Well, the tower on Batnef Hall will be green tonight. Baylor a winner over the Mean Green of North Texas, 23-10 our final score. Welcome to the Baylor Alumni Association postgame show, brought to you by the Baylor Alumni Association. Capture the spirit, hold true the tradition. Bears led it 9-3 at halftime. 2 second-half touchdowns add the lead up to 23-3. North Texas scores in the final 5 minutes to make the final 23-10. Bears over the Mean Green tonight. Baylor team celebrating a long-awaited, many would say a long-overdue victory on this season. 23-10, Baylor the final score. Scoring in the first half was all field goals this evening. Kyle Atterbury, a 40-yarder, made it 3-0 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, a Chris Mishaw interception led to a 21-yard field goal by Atterbury, made it 6-0 Bears. Atterbury added a 31-yard field goal to make it 9-0. Then on the final play of the half, Jason Ball of North Texas knocked home a 32-yard field goal to make it 9-3 at the intermission. So all field goals in the first half. Second half, David, the Bears got some things going, finally got in the end zone. A couple of touchdowns, one by Lagway, one by Melvin Barnett.
And, John, we talked about it just for a few minutes at the end of the game, but I think more than anything else, just like Texas did to Baylor, they wore him down. They wore him down in the ball game, especially the superior line play. I think that's really what happened here in this contest. You just saw the North Texas line not as big and bulky as the Baylor line on offense and defense, and they were worn down. And you look at the numbers, and really a huge advantage for Baylor in time of possession, and that is a stat that's good to see. 34.5 minutes compared to 25.5 minutes, and that's something I know Kevin Steele will be proud of. His Baylor defense got off the field enough to give the offense a number of opportunities. But you look at the stats, I mean, they're just 2-to-1 total offense. 393 yards for Baylor compared to 179 for North Texas. And you look at the 179 on 55 snaps. John, that averages out to just over maybe 3 to 3.5 yards a play. So the Baylor defense and the line play and the linebackers really did an outstanding job today. The line play, the play in the trenches is what Baylor won tonight, and that was the big key.
251 yards rushing by Baylor tonight. 164, a career high by Darrell Bush on 27 carries. 6-yard average per carry by Darrell Bush in the game tonight. Add to it 142 yards through the air, and Baylor has 393 yards of offense on 70 plays. That was enough to get the job done tonight, winning 23-10.
And Jermaine Alford played real solid. I mean, no interceptions, no miscues, 12 of 19, no touchdowns, but no interceptions, 142 yards, and that's really what you want from this senior. You want that leadership, you want that guidance, you want that team play, and then that offensive line really opened some big holes for Darrell Bush and Derek Lagway, who combined over 200 yards. Bush, you said, with the 164, but don't forget about Lagway, 78. So they wanted to run the football, and Baylor did run the football tonight effectively, and that's a huge key.
Final score, Baylor 23, North Texas 10. More of our Baylor Alumni Association postgame show in a moment. This is the Baylor Radio Network.
What's happening on the Baylor campus? You're sure to find out in the pages of The Baylor Line, the magazine of the Baylor Alumni Association. This award-winning quarterly is available only to dues-paying members of the Alumni Association. To learn how you can become an active member and enjoy the thought-provoking articles found in the Baylor Line all year long, call 1-800-BAYLOR-U, extension 6, or visit the website at www.sycambears.com. The Baylor Alumni Association.
Who makes the most comfortable work boots in the world? That's easy. The Justin Boot Company. With a unique 7-layer double comfort system, Justin Original work boots keep you comfortable all day, every day. Who makes the most durable work boots in the world? That's Justin, too. Because they've recently introduced Justin Original work boots featuring Built Right by Kevlar outsoles. These soles are constructed of Kevlar, the same material used to make bulletproof vests, so they give your feet greater protection on the job. Try on a pair today at your nearby Justin Boots retailer.
The Women's Basketball Tip-Off Classic. The U.S. Figure Skating Championships. The Women's Volleyball Classic. The LPGA Rail Classic. Hi, I'm Nancy Lopez, and I'm proud to say that for years, State Farm has been there as a leading sponsor of women's sports, including every one of these major events, because they believe that everyone should see just how far hard work and determination can take you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Searching high, searching low, Dr. Pepper, don't you know it's the only one that's right for me? Yeah. Looky here, looky there, looky everywhere for the very best that there can be. This is the one, the one for fun, Dr. Pepper. This is the taste, Dr.
Dr. Pepper. This is the taste.
Dalton, the true freshman fullback, is in a slot to the left side. Second and goal from the 7. Lagway going to the right side. He's in for the touchdown.
And that touchdown run of 7 yards, a big one, late in the third quarter by Derek Lagway. With the extra point, it made the score 16-3. A little bit of breathing room there by Baylor after the Bears led it 9-3 at halftime. But that was a huge touchdown run, and that is our MCI WorldCom long distance play of the game. Want to help support the Bear Foundation and save money on your long-distance telephone bills? You can, and it's possible through MCI WorldCom. Through this partnership with the Baylor Bear Foundation, you can switch to MCI WorldCom and receive substantial savings for your home or business on long-distance service, and a portion of your bill will be donated to support Baylor Athletics. For more information or to sign up, call 1-800-375-WACO and join MCI WorldCom on those good old Baylor lines.
7-yard touchdown by Derek Lagway, our MCI WorldCom play of the game. Captain 8 play, 38-yard drive, made it 16-3 Bears.
No doubt about that, and it really was interesting then to follow that up with really the drive of the game, John. And that drive of the game with Baylor leading 16-3 took about 4.5 minutes off the clock. It was an 11-play, 89-yard drive for the Bears, and the honors as far as punching it in, well, it was Melvin Barnett from 1 yard out. And here with the call, the voice of the Bears, John Morris.
Ball actually inside the 2 at the 1.5 for the Bears. We're in his second down goal from the 1.5. Melvin Barnett, Darrell Bush in the backfield. Double tight ends for the Bears. Hand off to Barnett over the left side. Touchdown Bears!
And that is the Dodge truck drive of the game and that 1-yard touchdown run by Melvin Barnett. The Dodge truck drive of the game brought to you by Dodge. Take a different road, head in a different direction. Make a different statement. Dodge, different.
Final score, Baylor 23, North Texas 10 tonight. Bears now 1-4 on the season. North Texas at 1-3. Still to come, a visit with Bears head football coach Kevin Steele. You're listening to Baylor Bear Football.
Everybody plays at the College Football Hall of Fame. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the game. Test your skills in the training center. Encounter the heroes and the history of college football. Whether you're a diehard fan or a casual spectator, there's something for everyone at the College Football Hall of Fame. Open 7 days a week in South Bend, Indiana. And be sure to visit the Hall of Fame on the web at www.collegefootball.org.
Some say that when it comes to success, it's not what you know, but who you know. If you're searching for the right career move, you should talk with the Reader Financial Group. With a position in financial services, you'll get unsurpassed training, call your own shots, and develop your own clientele with no cap on your earning potential. You'll work with successful people just like you. You'll represent a top-rated organization, highly regarded for its ability to help people protect the financial future of their families and businesses. If you're ambitious and hardworking, a self-starter with the spirit of an entrepreneur, take a meeting with NML, the Quiet Company.
I'm Jeff Reeder with the Reader Financial Group. We are again pleased to support Baylor Athletics because, like Baylor, we strive to develop a championship team. In fact, our mission is to wholly develop a team of champions dedicated to excellence in serving others. Our associates are highly motivated people of excellence.
Call Jeff Reeder at 817-336-3131. For many families, the excitement of purchasing a new home is often overshadowed by the stresses that go along with it. At First Preference Mortgage Corporation, we're committed to juggling the complexities of completing the mortgage so you can relax and enjoy this memorable time. If this hassle-free approach to lending sounds appealing, let our loan officers take care of the legwork while you inspect the woodwork. First Preference Mortgage, a mortgage company for the next millennium and a proud sponsor of Baylor Athletics.
Sunday isn't Sunday without the Sunday Dallas Morning News. Sunday isn't Sunday without the Sunday Dallas Morning News.
We're neck deep in football season and you need a definitive gridiron source. We're your source. Each week we'll tell you who's passing, who's failing, and who's just limping along. Sunday isn't Sunday without the Sunday Dallas Morning News. Go long. Pick up your copy this weekend.
Thanks for moving on down the dial to hear Baylor football right here on 570 Cliff.
Hello. Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
All right. First, congratulations on your first win.
Well, thanks. It came a little bit later than what we wanted to, but I am surely proud of these guys and proud for them. They earned it, and they did what they were asked to do. They went out and fought for 60 minutes. They executed what we asked them to execute it, and all of it goes to them.
Well, and you had to go 60 minutes, really. I mean, up 9-3 at halftime, and just kept punching away in the second half.
Well, we did. I'm really proud of the way that the defense came back in the second half and answered the call and just kept plugging and fighting. We had several 3-and-outs, a couple. I think we had 1 2-and-out. They really played hard, played with a reckless abandon, a lot of pride, a lot of fight to them, and we're proud of that. The offense went out, and there were times that we did sputter, but all in all, I mean, we had with Darrell with 164, and we rushed for 251 yards on 51 carries, and that's big.
Kevin, did you get the fighters mentality that you were looking for from your guys tonight?
Well, without a doubt, I think anybody that watched the game saw that, we've still got a long way to go to become a real good football team, but we had a bunch of guys out there fighting tonight and fighting hard with a lot of pride about what they were doing, and that was the theme for the week, and as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be the theme for the rest of the year, and hopefully for a long time.
Kevin, you brought up the 251 rushing on the ground, and that leads to an advantage time of possession. It leads to that offense getting in a rhythm and that defense being able to rest itself. So, I mean, everything kind of goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. As a defense, you got to be 3-and-out to get you a rest, but then the offense can't just go put you back on the field again. And, anytime that we gave it to Darrell 27 times for 164, we gave it to Derek 14 for 78. But the big thing is one of them averaged 6.1 yards a carry, and the other one averaged 5.6 yards a carry. That's people doing their job.
And talk about that offensive line. They did open some holes for your running backs tonight.
Well, I am so proud of those guys up front. Both sides of the line, the defensive line fought hard, did a lot to stop the run. They had 34 rushes for 105, and that's for that many rushes, that's not bad day's work. And then our offensive line really got after it and worked hard to make those yards happen. But Melvin Barnett and Jimmy Dalton, the fullbacks, had a lot to do with that also, as well as the tight ends.
Yeah, and I didn't want to forget about the defensive line as well. I mean, it seemed like John was calling Andre Taylor's name or Justin Snow's name almost every other play in the second half.
Well, we had some guys really come up big, and I think the fight was out there. They played relentless. They played hard, and it was very encouraging.
You limited the big plays for them on offense, and you did a lot better job as far as not having those missed tackles tonight.
Well, we did, and that's just pride in what you're doing and effort. Again, the credit goes to those guys in that locker room in there. They answered the call. They got it done, and that's what makes it so special. I'm so happy for those guys.
Well, congratulations. I'm going to let John ask you about next week.
Well, before we do that, it's gonna have to make everything a lot more enjoyable for everyone when you go back to work on Monday, or for you guys go back to work tomorrow, coming off a win.
Well, it'll make, but I guess the next maybe 16 hours pretty special. But after that, the focus goes on next week, and so we'll line up and look for fighters again and go fight as hard as we can.
Well, you got a great opportunity next week. You go to Kyle Field and play an A&M team that right now is losing to Texas Tech in Lubbock with 10 minutes to go, 21-16.
Well, Texas Tech is a hard-nosed fighting football team, so that doesn't surprise you. But A&M is loaded with a lot of great talent. They're very well coached, and Coach Slocum is a wonderful person, a great coach. And so, regardless of what happens there, he'll have them ready next week.
Well, what a great opportunity that is next week, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, to bounce back off. And it doesn't matter who you play. It's just kind of special that we go back in the conference with a big game, with a rivalry, and the way we stubbed our toe in the last rivalry down in Austin. In terms of them coming up here, it does open up something that we can really kind of start over.
Well, we're very happy for you and your staff and the players on your first win of the season tonight. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Bears head coach Kevin Steele from down below in the Baylor team meeting room. Coach Steele's post-game comments again brought to you by Bell Insurance, serving Texas and the Southwest. Call 1-800-521-BELL. That is Bell Insurance. Final score again tonight, Baylor 23, North Texas 10. Back with some more scores from around the Big 12 Conference and the nation, and a look ahead to next week. When we return, you're listening to Baylor Bear Football.
When you're a professional athlete, you don't take risks with your health. You do your homework on who provides the best medical care. Because as top athletes know, it's not enough just to get back in the game. You have to get back on top of the game. And it's thinking like this that's made Baylor Healthcare System the team the teams choose. Baylor Healthcare System is the official healthcare provider for the Dallas Mavericks, Stars, Sidekicks, and Burn. So if you're a weekend warrior or a sports enthusiast, do what the pros do. Choose the healthcare winner. Baylor Healthcare System.
Hello, this is Don Hodges, manager of the Hodges Mutual Fund, a no-load mid-cap blend fund looking for solid growth. The latest mutual fund ratings by Morningstar, the accepted fund rating agency of the industry, have been highly favorable about the Hodges Fund. The qualifying factors that give these ratings validity are impressive and are important to investors. We would like to send these ratings to you along with a prospectus on the Hodges Fund. Read the information carefully, then call your investment professional or the Hodges Fund at 877-232-1222. The Hodges Fund, 877-232-1222. Member SIPC.
Mid-cap blend funds invest in companies of multiple industries and various sizes, typically favoring companies with market values from $1 to $5 billion. Performance is no guarantee of future results. Investment returns and principal values will fluctuate, and investor shares, when redeemed, may be worth more or less than their cost.
Attention Baylor alumni and fans. Can't make it to Waco for the games? Then do the next best thing. Come to Damon's Clubhouse at the Holiday Inn Select on Central in Dallas. 4, you heard me, 4 9-foot screen TVs to view your favorite team and enjoy Baylor Game Time specials. Call 214-373-6000 to get your group set up for game time. Damon's, your official college and sports location.
This is Baylor University football here on 570 KLIF.
23-10, Baylor over North Texas tonight from Floyd Casey Stadium in Waco. Glad to have you with us, and we appreciate the help of Scott Strickland, newly hired Baylor's assistant AD for media relations, on board, and glad to have Scott as a member of the Baylor team as of this week. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Baylor Radio Network. Baylor's next two opponents, Texas A&M this coming Saturday. Then on October 23rd, Texas Tech playing each other tonight in Lubbock. We've got one eye on that game, so we'll update you on that score, David, and others involving Big 12 schools.
21-16, Tech leads with about 8 minutes left in the contest, but John, A&M is driving. In fact, they are about to attempt a field goal, and here with that call, the voice of the Bears. No, I'm just joking, John. The field goal attempt by...
Is Dave here?
No, we don't want to go that far. Texas A&M has just hit a field goal with 8 minutes left, and so Texas Tech's lead is down to 2, 21-19 with 8 minutes to play. Earlier today in the Big 12 Conference, Texas loses to Kansas State 35-17. Nebraska over Oklahoma State 38-14. In non-conference play, it was Notre Dame 34, Oklahoma 30, and Missouri beats Memphis by 10. As Mizzou wins that one 27-17. John, I'm trying to take a quick look at games involving other Texas teams. Rice over Tulsa 20-10. SMU loses at Kansas 27-9. And the upsets in college football, third-ranked Florida loses in overtime. I think it was double or triple overtime. But number 3 Florida losing to Alabama today 40-39. Also of interest, 12th-ranked Ohio State lost to Wisconsin 42-17. And 20th-ranked Arkansas lost to Kentucky 31-20. Those are your upsets as far as the top 20.
Well, let's look ahead. Baylor and A&M next week. You heard Coach Steele mention the rivalry. He certainly knows about that, even though this is his first year at Baylor. And it is a rivalry that's been dominated by Texas A&M in recent years.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one. It always is in College Station. But you wonder about the mental makeup, because what we're talking about really might be ancient history in 5 or 6 minutes, meaning... what is the mental makeup of A&M if they barely win, or what about them psychologically if they lose? I still think they're always going to be tough to beat, because win or lose, they will still be nationally ranked, and it's always tough at Kyle Field, a larger and expanded Kyle Field, so it's going to be tough. But You got to tip your cap in the direction, though, of the Bears tonight. You really got to feel good for the players for the win, for this coaching staff that spends so many hours out there helping out. The players, their families, the coaches, their families. I know it was a tough start where a lot of folks thought they should have been able to maybe pull out a win or two earlier on this season, but they got the job done tonight. So Baylor's got to be feeling good about itself after this game. They play a tough A&M team, but then they have a week off, and I think mentally then you want to get prepared for the second half after the A&M game against some teams that have been up and down all season long, like Oklahoma State and like Kansas and teams like that, and even Texas Tech. So it'll be an interesting game next week in Kyle Field.
Well, and it always changes the taste in your mouth and your feeling when you come back to work off a win. And Baylor will have that to its advantage this week as they go to work against or preparing for Texas A&M, a game next Saturday in College Station. 12:30 airtime, 1 o'clock kickoff next Saturday for the Bears and the Aggies.
And the key will also be, again, how they are able to perform in the trenches. The defensive line, linebackers against that big offensive line and talented core of skill players for A&M and vice versa. You know A&M still has that wrecking crew mentality on defense, very talented on defense, and Baylor will have to be able to have a balanced attack, but they will have to run the ball effectively, and they will have to get big games, the Bears will, from Darrell Bush and Jermaine Alfred and Derek Lagway. But more than anything else, they're going to have to get the job done on the line, defensive line and offensive line.
Running game was good tonight. 51 carries, 251 yards. Darrell Bush leads the way with a career-high 164 yards on the ground. Derek Lagway right behind, 14 carries for 78 yards. And granted, a rushing attack against North Texas will be very different than a rushing attack Baylor would have against Texas A&M next Saturday.
That's right. Don't speak badly of my alma mater, sir, okay?
I did not.
I just am telling you. Otherwise, we're going to be out in the hall in a few minutes.
All right. Well, your alma mater showed up and played very hard tonight. They got a touchdown late to make the final 23-10. Baylor a winner. And next, it's Texas A&M this coming Saturday. Again, 12:30 airtime, 1 o'clock kickoff this coming Saturday. That'll be October 9th for the Bears and the Aggies. Anything else?
No, I think that wraps it up, but it's good feeling all the way around, hopefully for more than just a few hours. I think it will be, for the fans, the alumni, the players, a good feeling for a number of days. But, boy, coaching is such a tough profession. Really, you heard Kevin Steele's comments. They get right back into the film room and getting ready for a game plan, and you can feel good for a while, but you know that you've got a tough opponent coming up in nationally ranked Texas A&M next week. But the Bears did a lot of positives tonight, running the football, stopping the run from North Texas, time of possession, and they didn't make many miscues, silly penalties. A lot of good things coming out of this one.
No turnovers, very few penalties on the night. All right, that'll do it for us from here this evening. We appreciate Coach Steele being with us on our post-game show. This is the Baylor Alumni post-game show, and as we begin our closing credits, a extra pat on the back for Craig Harper, our executive engineer. His day job, he's received a promotion there. Craig is now the director of engineering in the broadcast division of BELO. And Craig, very happy for you and very proud for you on your other job, your day job. But glad you're with us as well. Craig is our executive engineer. Our game day producer, as always, Jerry Clemens. Our studio producer, Sean Chastain. Statistics handled very capably by Tommy Tucker. Engineering, Clay Steele, Roger Helling, and Dave Fricker. Affiliate procurement handled by John Fletcher. Uplink through Texas State Network, and thanks to Kirk Kinder. Worldwide distribution through broadcast.com. Baylor's Director of Sales and Marketing is Dr. Darrell Lanus. The Athletic Director at Baylor University is Tom Stanton. The President of Baylor University is Dr. Robert B. Sloan, Jr. So for David Hatchett and Lori Scott, I'm John Morris saying thanks for listening. The Bears winners on the football field tonight over the University of North Texas. Next up, Texas A&M this coming Saturday, 12:30 airtime, 1 o'clock kickoff for the football battle of the brasses between Baylor and Texas A&M. Coach Kevin Steele's first win on the Baylor sideline comes tonight. Final score, Baylor 23, North Texas 10. Good night from Waco.
Baylor University Big 12 football has been brought to you by Southwestern Bell, friendly neighborhood global. By the Hancomer School of Business, delivering excellence in business and executive programs. By the Baylor Development Office and the Baylor Matching Gifts Program. By State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By MCI WorldCom, the official long-distance carrier of the Baylor Bear Foundation. By Justin Boots, legendary quality since 1879. By the Baylor Law School, the best belong at Baylor. By Fox Sports Net Southwest, home teams, Fox attitude. By First USA, presenters of the Baylor Sports Card. By the Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of Texas and Diet Dr. Pepper, the taste you've been looking for. By the Baylor Alumni Association, capture the spirit, hold true the tradition. And by your friendly Texas Dodge dealer.
KLIF Dallas Fort Worth, KKLF Denison Sherman, 570 KLIF.
Welcome to the American Health Radio Show.